Hey guys, today we're going to look at what props are in React. A lot of people get a bit confused and starting out with React, what props actually are and how do we use them. So let's jump into an example here. I've just set up a very simple app with the Create React App Generator, and as you can see not much is going on, we just have it displaying on the UI right now. So let's create another component. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come into my source folder and create a folder called components. And inside that folder, we will create our first component. And we'll call it intro.js. So let's import React. It's going to be a stateless component. So I just have a little snippet here to create it quickly for me. And this is going to be called intro. And this will just return h1 saying hello world for now. So we'll come back to our app.js here. It's our main component, and we will import that intro component that we just created. And instead of all of this, we will just actually put it here. So we'll render that intro component. We'll save that up. And we can see that on the UI, okay? So let's go have a look at props. Right now this says hello world in our intro component, but what if we wanted to make this say hello my name? And how would we get that data into that component? We can do that via what's called a prop. So a prop is basically how we pass data from one component to another. So in the app component, we're rendering this intro component. So what we can do is pass a prop down to that component. So the way props work, they're like objects in JavaScript. They have a key and a value. So let's give this prop name a key of name, and its value is a string of array. Okay? So now what we can do is come to the component where we're passing it to. So in this case, it's intro. So we can come into this component, and this is a stateless component, so it's just a function. And what we can do here, like any function in JavaScript, is pass an argument, and we'll call that props. Okay? So what we can do is make this a bit bigger, and we will console.log props. And then we'll put a return here, so this doesn't blow up. And now we will save. So when we come back to the UI, we'll see in our console, we now have a JavaScript object, which has a property name and a key and a value of array. So props are basically like JavaScript objects there. We're passing it from one component to another. So what we can do now, instead of saying hello world, to access that prop, we can do curly braces for JavaScript code, and we can say props dot, what's the key of the prop? Name. So if we save that, come back to our UI, let it refresh, we now see hello Ray. So let's look at one more example to just reiterate this. So we pass name. Let's say we want to pass another prop. So again, we give the prop a key, we pass age, and that's equal to 26. Okay. What we'll do is come back to the component here. We're passing in props. So if we go back to our UI, you'll see now we have that object again, and we now have age in here. So we can go ahead and say hello Ray, comma, you are curly braces props.age. We save that up, come back to UI, and you now see we have 26 and Ray. So that's a nice little example to show you what props are and how they actually work. To recap on that, we just first of all render our component here, and we pass some props down to it. So props are like a JavaScript object. They have a key and a value. Inside the component that you're passing them to, the argument here will accept props. So now you can access that object like a normal object in JavaScript by doing props.name and props.age. Another one thing to note here, in ES6 we can use destructuring. So what we can do, instead of passing the props object, we can destructure that by using the curly braces. And because we know the prop's key, for example, one of them is name, we can say name and age, and now you don't have to do props.name or props.age. You've just picked those out of that object there. So that's a kind of a cleaner way to do it as well, but either way is fine. And props is not defined. Oh, let's get rid of this console, save it up and come back. Okay, so there you go, it all works. So I hope this was helpful on props, guys. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.